Eagle Ops, this is Dagger 4 at 86752. Eagle Ops, come in! This is Sergeant Walker separated from my element. Troops in contact, taking heavy fire, need backup now. Any station that's net, please respond. I'm all alone here. Can't hold on much longer.
Stone Vet. I hit the ground running when I'm in.
What's up, guys? Sergeant G here from Stone Vet USMC. I'm super excited, guys. It's the end of the week. Oh my gosh, what a week, what a week, what a week. Oh man, but what makes it great is that I know at the end of the fucking long week that I've endured, that majority of us endured, right? I'm able to hang out with a brother or a sister on the show to be able to talk about just BS with them, right? Because that's one of our biggest struggles is that, fuck, I miss being able to BS with my brother and my sister. I fucking miss it because that's who I got, right? That's who I got. I can just talk to them about whatever the fuck happened. It doesn't have to be my emotions. It doesn't have to be my feelings. It's just about whatever. Just vomit it. It's whatever, right? And that's one of the biggest struggles we have, right? Especially when we have our significant others, our brothers, our wife, our boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever, husbands. And they're like, we don't communicate enough. I'm like, what the fuck are we supposed to talk about? I don't know. I just told you everything. I don't know if there's anything more specific that we need to be talking about. I bet it's a struggle. And like Jenna's laughing over here because she's like, yeah, I get that. Like, I understand that, right? But as brothers and sisters, we could just come up and just start bullshitting about anything and everything. You're like, you won't believe this shit that just happened. You won't believe this or whatever. And we feel good because we're able to bullshit with each other because we understand. We understand, right? And it's a struggle. And so I'm super excited to be here today. I'm bringing on an amazing guest. You know, she's doing some awesome things. Like a lot of us, right? That's one of the biggest struggles we have is like we feel alone. We feel like there's nobody there to hang out with us. There's nobody to bullshit with us. I can't just pick up the phone, but you really can. You can just pick up a phone. You can say, hey, dude, can we do a video chat? I feel lonely. I want to be with somebody. I want to hang out with somebody for a minute, right? And this is what I love about my podcast. This is my therapy session. Like I tell you guys. This is another therapy session for me because I get to hang out with another person that knows me, that thinks just like me, that is like me, you know? So this is an awesome opportunity. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and share button, man. Hit that button. Make sure you go over there, subscribe to it so you know it. I'm back, guys. I'm back. I know I took a long break, but a lot of things happened. But I'm back. I'm back behind a microphone or behind my laptop's microphone, however you want to look at it. I don't have all my stuff right now, which sucks. But hey, I'm doing it. I'm bringing you new episodes every day, man. I want to give a huge shout out to my sponsor, Rafa 180. Rafa 180 provides you the best medicinal grade CBD. Yes, I said medicinal grade CBD on the market. That is 100% THC free. If you work or you live in a state that you're not allowed to have any THC, this is the number one product you want to ensure that you're taking on a daily basis. You have to replenish your endocannabinoid system on a daily basis. That's what makes you sick. If you get sick, it's because your endocannabinoid's sick. If you keep your endocannabinoid strong, the likely of you getting sick is a lot lower. So go check out Rafa180.com. That's Romeo Alpha Papa Hotel Alpha 180.com to get all your medicinal grade CBD needs, man. If you look up in the top right-hand corner, there's a little tab that says the Stone Vet. You can get you some awesome swag, man. I got all of it. Shirts, hoodies, freaking socks, cups. I've got it out there. Get over there and get you some swag. Help support this podcast, man. That's the only way I'm going to get bigger than Joe Rogan is your guys' support. Downloading this on a daily basis. Every week, twice a week, I got new episodes coming out for you. And hopefully you guys are listening to it. And I see my numbers start rising again. I'm super excited because people are listening. And I appreciate all of you guys listening on a weekly basis, man. I'm super excited to be here this Friday, man. I'm bringing on a a younger generation, right? I can say that, right? Can I say that? A younger generation of veterans, right? I'm bringing on Jenna here. Jenna here was actually I started a Facebook group, and Gunny Esterly. If you know Gunny Esterly, was born in a bar. You guys know how great I love that guy. I love that Gunny, right? He's doing awesome things with Born in a Bar, but he's like, hey, dude, go check out this Facebook group. It's the Millennial Veteran group. I was like, Millennial Veteran? I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, am I getting that damn old now? Am I that much older now? Or I'm like, Millennial Veteran, right? But I'm here today. I'm super excited to bring it on Jenna, who started a Facebook group called the Millennial Veteran, right? Because what? I guess it doesn't end, guys. I guess every time we get out of service, it don't matter what generation you serve. We all miss that camaraderie that we had while we were in, and we don't have it when we get out. And Jenna here decided, you know what, I got to figure this out. I'm going to start doing something. And how you doing today, Jenna? How's your Friday going?
I'm doing great. I'm loving the energy on this podcast already. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling my spirits lifting up. So thank you for having me.
No, absolutely. That's what it's about, right? That's what it's about. It's like I told you this morning. I just went this morning. I got to hang out with Trey Gee over at Bloom Cannabis, and he's an airborne ranger. He's an Army airborne ranger, freaking combat vet, like 95% of us are. And he does meditations on Fridays, free meditation classes. And I was like, I need this. Like, it's been bad for me lately. Like, it was just been a bad week for me. And I was like, you doing it? He's like, yeah. I said, all right, I'll see you there. So I went and did that this morning, and then I came over here to shoot the show with you. And I'm just like, man, dude, like I said, from where I was back in October to where I am today, I'm feeling a lot better. Like, he gave me some insight, right? One of the biggest things we have as veterans that we always look at ourselves, right? We look in the mirror and we just like, you fucking piece of shit. You sorry motherfucker. You ain't done shit in your life. You're a worthless piece of shit. You've ruined your relationships with your friends, with your family, with your significant others, like, and you keep failing, you know? And that's a struggle I had. Like, I didn't realize how bad I was until recently when I started doing meditations and I started doing breath works. I'm looking at myself like, where the hell were you at? What was wrong with you? Like, and I think it's a slump that us veterans, we get in. I don't know about, I know on the female side, it tends to be worse from what I'm hearing. It tends to be a lot worse on the female side. Is that right?
Yeah, because you think everything's good. And once you're in like a new mindset, it's so hard to picture that old mindset. Like you were saying, it's hard to put yourself back in there. And then on top of that, we got like our cycle. So you think you're good. And then that day hits and it's like, no, you're not. You actually hate yourself. You're actually going to be depressed. I don't care what you have planned. So yes. Yeah,
absolutely. It sucks. And you're a mother too, are you not?
Yep.
You're a mom. You say you just put the baby down. So that's the stress of that too, of being a good mother too, right? That's like huge for a woman, right?
Oh yeah.
I felt it today. You know, we ate cereal for dinner and we didn't do what we were supposed to do today. I was like, man, dude, I said, you guys put yourself, like women put themselves that much darker. Like I think that you guys put yourself in a bigger hole than in the male community. Like we already know, we live in the hole, right? We live in the hole. But I was like, I think as a female community, you guys dig your hole so much deeper and darker. Like, and you're just like, hold up, girl, like, calm down. It's okay. You're good. Like, I get it. We feel like failures, you know?
Yeah, but also as women, like, we're encouraged. Like, I have group chats with my girls, my Navy veteran. Like, we just shoot the shit. We tell each other everything. I don't feel like guys have that.
We don't, right? That's one of the biggest struggles. We truly don't, right? Like women, I mean, there's some dirty ass women out there. There's some skanky freaking women that are just dirty, you know? But I think some of you guys, though, you guys do create groups and you guys do talk and you do chat about it. And there's really not a lot of men that talk about their mental health, right? That's one of the biggest things that people, us as men, right? What does it say? Dad told us, rub it off, fucking shake it off, fucking keep moving on, right? And that's what I try to, that's what I've told my wife and a lot of people, right? So in the Marine Corps boot camp, everybody knows the hardest fucking boot camp there is, right? 13 weeks. It's the longest and it's the hardest. But I said, well, the first thing they do is they cut that emotional tie. Because they tell you become emotionally connected, you die. You become emotionally connected, you kill your brother, your sister. And it's like, well, shit, cut that fucker off then. I don't want to be emotionally connected. But you serve 4 years, 14 years, or 40 years. There's nothing in between that reassembling that emotional connection that we lost, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's no training, there's no classes, there's no nothing to help us become emotionally connected again, right? And not all veterans
Mm-hmm.
are the same. Like some veterans can stay emotionally connected. I don't know how they do it. Congratulations. I praise you guys because getting out of active duty service, that's what we fuck up. We don't know how to be
Yeah.
emotionally available. We don't know how to be emotionally available. I don't know you, Jenna, how for a female on a female's aspect of it, but I know for me as a male, to be emotionally connected to my spouse, emotionally connected to my children, just to be a friend, a good friend. It's fucking
Mm-hmm.
hard because I have no idea. But is that something that you struggle with since getting out of active duty service?
It's funny you say that. So I'm currently kind of writing a workbook, like a journal for veterans, and I just wrote on unnumbing yourself, which is kind of what you're saying about, yeah, you get numb when you go through that, and you have to actively, first you got to admit it, like, hey, am I even like emotionally available? Am I connected to this at all? And you got to address it first, and then you
It
got to,
sucks.
it sucks because when you're emotionally attached, you're vulnerable. And we're always
Yes.
told that being vulnerable is bad. That's a bad thing. You don't want to
Weakness.
expose yourself.
You're
Yes, it's a
weak.
weakness. Yeah, so you have to make you have to decide or address that you are numb to certain things, and then you have to kind of actively choose to, slowly open yourself back up. And
That's so
that's
hard.
It's
It's
so
hard
hard, but
because
it's
there's
worth
no.
it.
It is. It is because there's no classes, there's no workbooks, there's nothing to help you say, "Hey, this is how you
Yeah.
do this," right? And it's hard. And I'm learning that, right? Like I'm learning. Like I said, I started doing meditations, I started doing breath works, I started getting back into scripture. I'm starting to do all kinds of things to better myself as a human being because I'm going back now and I'm looking. I'm like, what the hell was wrong with you, dude? Like, what were you doing? What were you trying to achieve? And I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea, right? And I just realized I suffer from ADHD. And I'm like, wow, that makes it even worse, dude. Because if you think about it, somebody showed me a video. They said, this is what it's like with somebody who suffers from ADHD. And this person was like, they started going off, well, it's orange, it's blue, but why is it blue? Couldn't it be purple? Could it be red, honestly? Could it be pants or could it be a shirt or could it be this? And I'm like, that's how it is. Because it's constantly go, 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 go. And you're like, I need to stop. Like, I don't like I had a situation that happened last night and I was just like, I should have just walked away. Like I shouldn't have expressed my emotions, right? Like I let my emotions vomit themselves. And now I'm embarrassed about it because I allowed it to happen, right? Because I couldn't control it. I couldn't control my emotions,
Were you
And
like expressing them negatively, or what
yeah,
went
I
wrong?
was expressing it very negatively. I was very upset and angry because it wasn't going my way. So I just
Mm-hmm.
vomited up the way I was feeling, and I was like, I shouldn't have done that. I should have stepped back, breathed, thought about the situation, and then assess it. That's my problems. That I always jump into something and I don't think about it. I just
Mm-hmm.
jump into it, and then I just vomit whatever comes up, instead of taking a step. And I think us as veterans, we have that struggle because we just speak what's on our mind. Like fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do that. Or instead of just saying,
Yeah,
all
it's
right, let
very
me.
reactive.
Right, we're very reactive, right? Instead of proactive,
Mm-hmm.
we're reactive, and I think that's one of the biggest struggles is that we are trying to figure out, trying to have an understanding as to how do I live this normal life? How do I get back to being a normal person again, right? And it's a
Mm-hmm.
struggle. It's hard, right? It's hard, and why don't you give the audience a little bit about you, Jenna? A little bit about. I mean, I've been rambling on. Let's get the audience to tell. Let's give us a little background about you, about your story.
I'm originally from Wisconsin, and I just
Wisconsin. My brother that I'm staying with is from Wisconsin. He's a diehard Wisconsinner, or whatever you call yourselves. He's like, he loves
Cheesehead.
Wisconsin. Cheesehead, yeah, cheesehead.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they call us. So I'm from way up north in Wisconsin, a little town called Niagara, and it's right on the border of Upper Michigan. They call them Yoopers, and it's so far north. Like everybody sounds like
Canadian. You're Canadian.
Yes, yeah. So I grew up with hard winters, lots of shoveling snow. You know, I used to being outside. It's like always 20 below, like not 20 below, but like below
cold.
20 degrees.
Yeah.
I'm used to the cold. And so I was like, I gotta get out of here.
It's too cold.
I need to find my ticket out of here. And I thought my uncle told me he joined the Navy. That's how he got out of there. He lived in Florida and never came back. And I was like,
back to Florida?
Do that.
Shit, everybody.
No, he never went back to never went back to Wisconsin, Michigan.
Yeah. Florida. Yeah.
So I thought, there I go. I'm gonna join the Navy. And that's what I did. And I never went back to Wisconsin, never moved back. I did 4 years. I went.
Why the Navy? Out of all the branches, why the Navy?
So, you know, I heard a lot of like bad things about the Army and the Marines, like how they treated women. Honestly, I did. And I'm glad I made the choice. So it was either Air Force or Navy for me. And I was like, my uncle told me about going on a ship, and I was like, all right, that sounds fun. I love cruises. I love water. I like swimming.
It's not the same.
No, it's not the same. I found that out. And I found like some cool jobs that I thought I'd like to do in the Navy. So I ended up doing weather. And I thought that's a really good job. You said you had your brother did weather in the Navy.
Yeah, my brother Jeff does it. Yeah, he does. He loves it. Like he still does it. He's 60 years old. He's been out forever, but he still does weather. He's always watching the weather. He sends a mass text message out to everybody. He says, storms approaching from the west, you know, coming 10, 15 minutes. It should be in the neighborhood within the next 20 minutes or so. You know, expect this much rain or snow or ice or whatever. And I'm like, man, you like a meteorologist, dude, like straight up meteorologist. He's like, that's what I did in the Navy. I was like, huh, okay.
Yeah, that's valuable information. You're letting people know that. That's intel right there.
Well, because for you being the weather person, you're having to help recon. You got to help the SEALs. You got to help all these people who are trying to get into country. You have to make sure, hey, this is where the tide's at. This is where we're at. This is the lighting of the moon. This is this. You have to provide that info to recon and everybody else trying to get in the country.
Mm-hmm. It's crucial. It's a crucial job. And I was on an aircraft carrier, so I had to brief pilots on the weather, how the winds were, if they could take off. They always said, can you just, you know, lower the wind so we can get our flight hours in?
Yeah, let me just lower the winds a little bit. Let me lower the winds a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? So you spent 4 years in the Navy. How was your journey? Like being brand new, did you go right after high school?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So you joined. What year did you join? She's gonna make you feel old, guys. What year did you join?
2013.
2013. Oh man, yeah. See, she gonna make you feel old. But so 2013. So I mean, the military has changed drastically from when I joined. I joined in 01. So I mean, between 01 and 2013, I can only imagine how much it's changed. During your time in, was there anything? So were you only stationed in one base since you were only in for 4 years? Were you only stationed in one base?
Yes. Yeah. Out of
Norfolk, Virginia, right? Mm-hmm. And hell, actually, you ain't that far from Norfolk now, are you?
No, I'm about 3 hours because I'm up in Maryland. So not far.
You're not that far. You're not that far at all. You didn't go far at all. You kind of planted your roots close by, didn't you?
I did.
But I mean, during that time, I mean, was there any crazy stories? Did you do anything? Was there anything crazy that happened during your 4 years that you were in?
So I got to go on a few different platforms, a few different ships, And one ship I was on, we were just out doing training. It was on an aircraft carrier. And I was up, you know, I have to be outside a lot, up on the island.
Right.
And I'm out there, like, you have to take a weather observation every hour. So I'm out there, and all of a sudden we hear like this loud noise, and we hear a bunch of people yelling, and I look over, and one of the jets is on fire. Like, right, and it's the jet that's like right. So here's like the island. It's the jet like right in front of it. So it was, which is scary because it could catch everything on fire. You know, there's jet fuel. People are. So someone was like hot pumping, I guess. I can't remember what that means, but a spark caught, and the jet caught on fire, and the pilot was in the cockpit, so he had to eject himself. So I watched this guy go up over all the spinning radars, over like behind the island, and he was about to land in the water, but someone jumped on, like, his parachute landed on the deck, so they like jumped on it and were able to pull him up. And yeah. That was crazy. And so everyone was like, is he okay? I think he broke a leg or something. But they said the first thing he asked about was, did his McDonald's survive the fire? Like, that's all he cared about.
Hell yeah, I'm hungry. Let me eat.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That is a crazy story. I mean, being able to see, that's one of the things that's what I loved about being active duty, right? You got crazy stories. Stupid stuff happens. You're just like, what the hell happened? How in the world could this ever have happened anywhere else? You know, but today it's right here in front of me happening, you know. And so doing that, I mean, you said you went on a couple of ships, huh? Floating across the ocean and stuff.
Yeah. I went on a deployment on the aircraft carrier. So we went over to the Middle East. We hung out in the Gulf, the Arabian Gulf for a while. Then we moved up to the East Med. So I got to see like that area. And then I went to Fleet Week up in New York City on LHD. Yeah. So that was cool. Like, everyone walking around.
I hear it's really cool. Yeah, I hear it's really cool up there when they do that.
Yeah, it was. Everyone treats you like a celebrity, and so we got tickets to a Mets game, and I'm a Brewers fan from Wisconsin, and they were playing the Brewers. I thought that was so cool. So we go there, and our tickets were just crap, like not good. And I was with this girl I just met. So since I wasn't stationed on the ship, I didn't know anyone. So I just met her real quick. We became buddies, and we're walking around. I said, let's go ask if we can get a picture like right behind home plate. How are they going to say no to us? Two good looking women in uniform. Right. Let's use it. So we go up there. Someone sees us and they're like, hey, do you want to sit right behind home plate? No one's sitting there. And I was like,
the fuck?
Yeah, why not?
You hear that shit? So because they's females. Because they's females. You know, two Jarias go down there. We ain't getting no seats like that. They're like, move out of here.
They followed us. The Marines followed us and did the same thing. They saw us behind there. They're like, they're smart. Let's go ask if we can sit behind there. Because, you know, that's what's going to be on TV. It's going to look good having the military right behind there. So why not fill it up? But that was cool because everyone from my hometown was watching the game. And they're like, no way. Is that Jenna? Like, what? And my dad recorded it. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you guys get some cool shit. Like, you don't get that shit in the Marine Corps. We don't get no cool shit like that.
But they were awesome. On. There was some Marines on there. My cousin, she's still a Marine, and she was on the ship with me too. So that was pretty cool.
I bet that was cool. Then having family there, it's always makes it a little bit easier. Deployment a little bit easier, don't it?
Yes, yeah, it really does.
Absolutely. So you got out. So you said you went in 2013, right? So what? 18 is when you got out.
Yeah, 2017 is when I got out.
2017. God dang, dude. 2017 is when you got out. Dang. She said, I'm doing 4 and I'm done. I'm not doing no more after 4, which is, I mean, a lot of people do, right? A lot of people, I just want to get the experience. I just want to get in there and get the experience, right? And so you did that. What was your transition like when you were getting off of active duty service?
So I got out and he was my boyfriend at the time. He got stationed up in Maryland, and I was like, I'll come with you. And I like enrolled in the nearest college. It's not really a big area up
He
here.
liked you, huh? He liked you that much to say, yeah, let's do this, huh? Damn, look at that.
He tells people I invited myself, but I mean, whatever.
I mean, if you said, he said, I'm coming up there, and he's like, yeah, go ahead. I was like, damn, he really liked you there to be able to like, come on, you want to come up here?
Yeah, that's kind of a risk. We were only together for like 4 months at the time. So looking back, I'm like, wow. And then it gets crazier because my first week, I finally met some friends at my college. They were seniors. I was 22, so they were like 21. And we went to the bar together. I finally got invited out to the bar. Like, I finally met some friends up here. And the next morning, I did not feel good, like way worse than a hangover. I took a pregnancy test and I wasn't going out with them anymore.
Can't go out no more, man. Damn, I just made friends.
Yeah, really. I finally felt like I belonged somewhere. And then I'm like, I'm pregnant. So I really just, that was like a huge shock for us. I really fell into like a depression. I kind of isolated myself because I'm in a new spot. I don't have any friends here.
And you're in a state that you don't know shit about, right?
Exactly. And I'm in the South too. So it's a little different in the South than in the North.
Yeah, like, I bet that up north, yeah, it's a lot different, right? It ain't no slang like what you're used to, and trying to plant roots, right? You're like, I don't like this. Like I don't know anybody here. I don't know what's going on. I don't know nothing, right? And then you're with your baby daddy now, right? Your baby daddy's there, right? And you're like, dude, I'm not comfortable here. I don't know anybody, you know?
Yeah, and he was still active duty, and I feel like there's such a difference. Like when you're active duty, you don't understand how different it is. Like you feel like that's not a big deal to be out, but it really was, because you're changing what you're wearing every day. You're changing where you go to medical. You're changing how you do your hair, everything. It's a huge idea.
Different, right? And for you especially, right? Because you're always wearing buns. You always wear the uniform of the day, right? And that's one thing I tell my audience, right? That's one of the struggles we have, right? Sergeant G ain't telling you what to do anymore. What to do, when to do, how to do it, where to be, what to do. This is the plan of the day. This is where we're going to be at. 05 PT, 06 take a shower, 07 get chowed, 08 be at work, 11 o'clock go to lunch, 12 o'clock come back from lunch, 12:30 we're working on this equipment. We're going to be here till about 1700 because this equipment has to get pushed out. Get off work 1700, be back at PT at 05. It's nobody's telling you anymore, right? You don't know what to do, and nobody's telling you what to do, when to do, how to do it, what you need to be wearing. No more. And it's a struggle, and especially for you, because you got to make sure your makeup is within standards. You got to make sure your hair is in regs. You got to make sure your uniform's in regs, right? And now you're like, you just wake up like, the fuck am I supposed to be doing today?
Exactly. Right? Yeah, you don't have a lot of consistency. There's not that structure anymore.
It's gone.
And you kind of like relish in that freedom. Like I dyed my hair blue. I was painting my nails. I was staying up all night, sleeping in until like school started.
It, right? Yeah, enjoying it, right? Because I know when I got out of active duty service, my wife was like, "You were the hairiest motherfucker I ever made. No haircuts. My beard grew, and I just let it grow. I didn't trim it or nothing. I just let it grow and get nasty. My hair just got long because I didn't have to get a haircut anymore, and I got fat. I got so fucking fat. I couldn't believe how fat I got. And I was just like, I didn't care anymore. I was like, I didn't have to wake up. I didn't have to PT. I didn't have to do, I could do whatever I wanted, right? And that's what we endure while we're serving on active duty service. We endure that. We're like, oh, I can't wait till I can do that, right? I can't wait till I don't have to do anything, right? And it's all it's all hunky-dory and fine when you first get out, the first week.
Yep.
But that second week, I can't do this every day anymore, right? And so when you got out of active duty service, right? So you started college, right? You started using your GI Bill, right? He's like, I gotta get some money. I gotta start making some money, right? And it's a great way. It's a great way to make a little bit of money, right? While you're collecting your unemployment after getting out of active duty service. It's a great way to make money. Go to college, right? I wasn't a college kid either. That's like, I barely finished. I got my GED. I didn't even finish high school. I got my GED, you know? And I was like, they're like, yeah, dude, I'm bringing in like $3,500 a month going to college. I said, to sit in class? And they're like, yeah, to sit in class. I'm like,
Yes.
I got to go to fucking school. Right. So
Yeah.
how was that like for you being a veteran going to sit in a college class?
We would like to give a huge thanks to Rafa 180. Rafa 180 offers pure medicinal CBD and products made locally. They walk alongside individuals to achieve a healthy lifestyle with options needed by each person. You can learn more about them on Facebook at Rafa CBD, their website www.rafa180.com, or email at rafacbd@gmail.com. They truly believe your journey matters.
It was, I thought people would think it was cool. I was a veteran. They'd have lots of questions. What was it like to sail around the world? Let me tell you, they looked at me like I was like out of prison or something.
Right.
I got some looks, and I never, like, even the professors, there wasn't too many that were
and some of them professors as young as you. You young, you stupid young. You're not even 30 years old yet, are you?
28.
Yeah, you ain't even 30 yet. So fuck, dude. So, but some of them professors are as old as you, right?
Yeah, I had some older ones, but I mean, I could relate more to the professors and where they were at in life, you know, having kids and stuff.
Right.
Than
And
students.
And some of them, it's crazy.
So yeah,
it's crazy to see because there's some people I associate with, right? Like I help the church feed homeless, like, you know, on a monthly basis. They feed the homeless community, and I was talking to the guy who runs it. This kid's 26 years old that runs it, that started this, and I was like, "This is awesome, dude." And I looked at him, I said, "Dude, how old are you?" He's like, "I'm 26." I said, "Motherfucker, dude." I was like, "You're 26, and this is what you're doing?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, I already been to war twice by the time I was 26 and came back, dude. I was like, he's like, and every time you tell them that, they're like, mouth all open, their mouth drops. Like, you already went to war twice? I was like, by the time I was 26, yeah, they're like, I don't think I could ever do that. And I'm like, yeah, you could. Everybody can do it, can't they? Right? Can't everybody do it? You know, that's what I think. I was like, anybody can do it, right? But then you think about it, you start talking to some of these people, like, yeah, you couldn't do that, dude. There's no fucking way, dude. The way you talk, the way you think, like, you know. And so, I mean, for you to be on active duty, going to college, right? That is a struggle as a veteran, going to sit in class and trying to learn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you start talking to them, and they're like you said, they look at you like, the fuck's wrong with you? Like, why are you here?
Yeah.
You know, like, is that how you felt when you were going to college?
Yeah, it was kind of just like they didn't know what to do with me or like ask questions. I'm a people person, so I don't care how old you are. I'm gonna talk to you, but you know, even just like the way we talk, we're a little too blunt, or you got that dark humor. So I would crack jokes, no one would catch them. So I became silent. You know, I just kind of stopped putting my energy out there because I wasn't getting anything back. And also, I was pregnant. So
yeah, you're pregnant too. On top of that, so
I didn't even mention.
You're like, I'm an adult. I'm a grown adult, dude. And the way you guys are talking to me, it's stupid, right? It's like, I can't believe this is how you guys are looking at me. I was like, yeah, I'm a veteran. I served my country. I did what was required of me to do for my country. And sometimes I look down at you like, ew, like, you went to war, or you served in the military, you know, and you're just like, yeah, I did, because you wouldn't, you know, because you wouldn't. Somebody has to do it, right? But I mean, that mindset, that mentality, right? Because we are brash, we are blunt, we do speak our minds, and we don't really think about what we're saying until after it's already said. And you're just like, fuck, why did I say that? Like, I shouldn't have said that, you know?
Yeah,
it sucks, right? But being in college, I mean, that's a venture in itself, right? Because now you got assignments that are due, you got to take tests and all this other stuff. So was there any struggle besides, you know, the fact that people looked at you weird? Did you have any other kind of struggles while going to college?
Not really. It was mostly just like around my pregnancy. Like I had morning sickness in class. You know, I just felt tired all the time that first trimester. But eventually it got better. Like, you find out what you enjoy studying, and I kind of narrowed down my major to public policy.
Oh, really?
And that's when I got kind of like into doing this internship in DC. And my professor's like, well, you're a veteran. Why don't you try to work at like a veteran nonprofit or somewhere on the Hill? Like, and then I started applying to that. That didn't even dawn on me that was a career choice. So I got an internship at the House Committee on Veterans Affairs in Congress. And I was like, this is cool. They're going to like ask me what it's like to be a veteran in college. I'm going to help them draft legislation. I'm going to create bills. No.
Shut that shit down. That
is not how it works.
That's not how it works, huh?
No, not at all.
Ain't that so sad? Ain't that sad? That's not how it works.
Yeah.
It's just like, dude, you guys fucking suck. Like, you guys, if you want to know why the fuck we are fucking dying every fucking day. And like you guys know, like I tell you guys on every episode, I'm shooting this podcast, hanging out with Jenna, having a great time. But we have a brother and sister taking their life right now. Why? Because they don't know about us doing this for them. Right? We do this for you guys because we know what it's like to be alone. It sucks being alone.
Yeah.
I love being able to do this because right now I'm in a lonely fuck. I'm in a dark place right now. As I'm shooting this episode, I'm in a really dark place right now. Like, if I didn't have my podcast, I have no idea what happened, right? This is my outlet. Like I tell you guys on a regular basis, this is truly my outlet. I get to hang out with a brother or a sister. I'm hanging out with my sister today and having a great time. I'm having a good time. Like, I'm enjoying this. Like, this is great, right? But this is one of the things, guys, I'm talking about. It's like she said, she was in the House Committee for the VA in DC. Thought she was going to make a difference and realized this is not how this shit works. That is not how it works. This is why we have our brothers and sisters taking their life every day, because the services that are there, they're not providing them and they're not giving it to us. They're not letting us in. They're not letting us take the resources that are out there. Right. And you seeing it from that side of the house. What was the things that you saw on that side? Be having an opportunity to go and be an intern there. What were you seeing?
Yeah, I got to be right in the heart of it. And you know, there's so many good intentions out there. You know, there is a lot of veterans that work there. There's a lot of veterans that are congressmen and women or senators, but a lot of them don't have that enlisted experience. A lot of it is they're officers. A veteran officer is so much different than veteran enlisted. I think everyone can agree with that.
Absolutely.
So it's like, yeah, you get to say you're a veteran, but you probably came from a really wealthy family. You went through, you
got a degree before I did, you know? You saw a different side of the military than I saw.
Yes, exactly.
You know?
And you were able to have those leadership skills. So you got to get a good job when you got out, and that's why you're here. So there's a big difference there. But also, like I said, there's good intentions, but there's also just kind of like a lot of games that were being played between the VA and Congress, how they would give us data so we could correctly, you know, figure out what's the best way to draft legislation so it's going to help the most people. Because you when you write stuff, you're going to leave out some people accidentally, not on purpose.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you put out a blanket like statement, all veterans are, you know, approved to get a monthly check of this, like, you know, you got to narrow it down somewhere.
Right.
So that was hard, seeing the games that would be played, and just instead of trying to putting all the energy in improving things and getting more feedback from veterans like you and me.
Right. And so what was your final straw? Because you're not an intern there anymore, are you?
No, it was a month, or it was a summer internship. So I had to go back to school. Okay.
And so seeing that, it's discouraging, right? That's one of the things I tell you guys that are listening on the show, right? It's discouraging and it's disgusting to see how Congress treats us as veterans. It's disgusting. It's there's a lot of heartache in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this is one of the things I tell you guys, is that in your community, in your state, wherever you live, are you touching base with your representatives to let them know how you truly feel? Right? They're going to listen to you. They're going to be like, oh, I'm for the veteran. All of them are for the veteran. Left wing, right wing, I don't give a fuck who you're part of. They're all for the veteran. They'll tell you that. We're for the veteran. We're for the veteran. You're for me for as far as you can throw me, dude. That's how much you're for me. You know what I'm saying? And it's discouraging, it's disheartening, right? And there are some veterans in Congress, like Jenna's saying, right? But it's like she said, they came from the officer rank. They don't really understand the veteran community. Like, they didn't have to endure the pain and suffering that we endured while serving on active duty orders, right? You know, going up the ranks from E1 through E4, E5, right? E6, wherever you got. You know what it was like. You know what you had to endure during that time. It sucked, right? All the stupid nonsense and crap that we did. But that's what makes it different compared to an officer, because an officer didn't endure that pain and suffering that we did for 4 years, 14 years, 40 years, whatever, right? You know, the higher the rank you get, the less you deal with, the less bullshit you're doing, but it's more political shit, but it's still bullshit. That's still bullshit compared to, like, you know, compared to an officer rank, right? Because an officer, as a lieutenant, you'll deal with some stupid shit, but not at the level of an E1.
Yeah.
you know, and so you've seen that, and so are you still currently in college?
No, I graduated in 2020.
Okay, so you graduated in 2020 now, and that. So what is it that you're doing now?
So when I got out in 2020, I kind of, you know, decided to start putting myself out there like I do now, and I have a group of friends that are veterans. We're like, let's just start a Facebook group, throw some friends in there. I'm going to share what I learned while my experience in internship. I did find out about a lot of great benefits, so I wanted to share that.
Absolutely.
And people just started adding more and more friends. People started adding more people, and they started sharing their stories. And I was like, but I feel like the veteran community doesn't know what these new veterans are doing. Like, oh, they're just trying to, you know, get all the benefits. They don't want to contribute to the VFW. They don't want to be a part of the Legion. But when I started talking to people, I was like, wow, you're starting a nonprofit. They have their own businesses. They're out here serving their communities. And I wanted to highlight that. I wanted to give a better name to the word millennial, because it's so often followed by the word lazy, right? Lazy
yeah, absolutely, right. That's why it threw me off when Gunny said, hey, go check out this group, Millennial Veteran. I said, Millennial Veteran?
See?
I'm not a millennial. There. I said, I'm not a millennial. I said, those motherfuckers don't do anything. They're lazy.
Yes.
But you knew that jumping into this, right? You knew the mindset people have towards the millennial, right?
Oh, yes.
You know, like I said, you're only 28 years old. God dang, dude, you're a baby. Gosh, dude. But I mean, but you are suffering too, right? You're not, and this is why I do the show, right? Because you're my sister. You signed that same dotted line I signed that said I will defend this Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic, right? And you suffer too on a daily basis, right? Just like all of us. You have your demons that you suffer with, right?
Yeah.
What kind of resources have you found to help you during those dark times?
So, like I said, I isolated a lot and, you know, kind of withdrew from everyone. But now when I find myself in that dark place, I reach out. I let people know how I'm feeling. Also, like my spouse, my husband, I let him know. And then I reach out to the community. I mean, we have this huge veteran community that's, you know, very helpful. Sure, there's some assholes out there, but they're not going to answer anyhow.
Not us.
They're just going to tell you're being soft.
Yeah, you know, and it sucks, right? Like, this sucks because that's one of the biggest things that's frowned upon, right? It's talking about our mental health. People frown upon it, right? People frown upon it, like, oh, you shouldn't be talking about that. You shouldn't be, you know, and you're just like, wait. But I need to talk about this.
Yeah.
I need to talk about these demons that are attacking me daily, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, because for veterans, right, the easy way out is suicide. I don't want to deal with it, so I'm going to resolve the issue, right? And it's like I said, don't get me wrong, dude. Thought of suicide, it happens daily, right? It happens daily. It sucks because it's like it's just too hard. I don't want to fuck with it, right? I don't want to mess with it.
Yeah.
And it sucks, right? It sucks. Regardless, being a veteran is the hardest, right? Being a veteran sucks, right? Because we put ourselves through a lot of shit, and then we come back and we're just like, I don't know how to live a fucking normal life. I don't know how to be normal. I don't know how to just hang out and have a good time, right? I don't know how to do any of that. And it sucks. It truly does suck, guys. I can tell you, like, firsthand, it sucks. You know, it sucks trying to figure this out. But this is why I've built my community to help me, right? And this is what Jenna did with the Millennial Veteran, is built a community, right? Trying to break the stigma of the millennials. But it's not so much just that they're millennials. It's that they're veterans, regardless from whatever era they were in, right? You can talk to some of the people from the Frozen Chosen. There's not many of them yet left, but you can talk to them and they'll tell you, dude, like, they're demons they battle. They still battle. They're like, it's been 50 years, dude. I've been out of the military for 50 years and I still fight that motherfucking demon every day, right? And so, I mean, it sucks, guys. It truly does suck. And it's like, what do I do? How do I treat this? How do I deal with this shit? How do I deal with these demons that are knocking on my door on a daily basis? Who are you reaching out to talk to, right? And like Jenna said, so everybody knows, right? 22 veterans take their life. Everybody knows that shit, right? Everybody knows that. But what people don't have an understanding is that the female veteran is more likely to commit suicide than the male veteran. You know?
Yeah. And the younger veterans are more likely to die from suicide than anything else. Besides accidents, it's the second leading cause of death for younger veterans.
It's crazy, right? It's crazy to see and crazy to hear, because that's what I want you guys to have an understanding is, like, if you're in a dark place, reach out. You guys can call me. All my contact information's out there. You guys can reach me. I've had people reach out to me. I'll talk to you, dude. I'll find a minute. I'll take a minute to talk to you, to bring you down, right? To bring you back to bring you back to reality, right? Because I've been there. It sucks. It hurts. Those feelings hurt, right? Like I said, right now, like me currently right now, I'm in a dark place and it sucks. It hurts, right? But I'm using medicine. I'm medicating. I'm using my medicine to help me because I know how it works. You know, and I'm gonna go surround myself with my community. Right? I'm gonna surround myself with my community, talk to my brothers and sisters, see how they're doing, interact. Because like I said, as a veteran, I suck. I suck at having relationships with my spouse, with my kids, with friends in general, right? We suck at being friends. I don't know about you, Jenna. I'm sure you probably not. But me as a male, I suck at being a friend. I suck at picking up the phone and calling somebody and say, how you doing, man? I was thinking about you, right? Yeah. I suck at doing that, right? And I bet a lot of our brothers and sisters feel like that. Like, dude, I suck at being a friend. Like, I should be a better friend. I should reach out more and see how you're doing. Let's get together and do something, you know? Let's go smoke, or let's go fishing, or let's go do something, right? Let's get out of the funk, you know? And that's one of the big struggles. And I guess so you started this group called the Millennial Veteran. There's like I tell you guys, there's 1,000 veteran podcasts. There's 1,000 veteran groups. There's no excuse, right? There's no excuse. But your intent, what was your intent when you started this Facebook group?
It was really just to find out where the younger veterans are. What are they doing? Do they know that? Well, let me back up, because like I said, I didn't really identify as a veteran right away. I think that takes some time, especially being younger, being a woman. All your life, you see Veterans Day parades, you see Memorial Day parades, all the old guys marching. You know, that's what you picture in your mind a veteran is. You don't look in the mirror just because you took your uniform off and say, I'm a veteran. You know, it takes some time before you kind of embrace that. So I think a lot of younger vets do that, especially if you've only served 4 years like myself. You're like, oh, I just did an enlistment. That's something I did for a little bit. That's not really who I am. But when you do that, you close yourself off. from this whole community that is here to support you. You're closing yourself off from opportunities. I've gotten so many opportunities just putting myself out there, saying I'm a veteran. I got to be on TV last year. I got to speak at a college this year. You know, just because I'm a veteran, I don't have any special degree or anything. I just share my story, and I share the stories from my community. So I like to remind people like that, no matter how long you serve, even if it ended on bad terms, you're a veteran and you belong here. You got people that are looking out for you. And like you mentioned before, like with suicide, that's a solution to the pain. It is a solution, but that's not the right one. There's so many other solutions. And I think younger veterans want other solutions, alternative, like plant-based medicine. They don't want the pills that are killing our community. So that's kind of just like my point, is sharing stories and getting that younger generation involved.
To talk, right? Because I mean, yeah, because that we, us as veterans, you know, that's how we are. We're hard on each other, right? Especially other branches, right? Everybody, Marines, Air Force, Navy, everybody we rag on each other all the time, right?
Oh yeah,
it sucks. But I mean, for the younger generation like you guys, I guess that is a struggle, because when you start talking to people like us who are somewhat in the same, we're in the same era, right? We're in the same era. We're both fucking, you know, and we're just like, fuck you guys. You guys are fucking millennials. Y'all don't know fucking shit. You don't have to do shit. You know, that's how we think, right? Right. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, and I bet it is a struggle, because a lot of you guys are like, fuck, dude, I served too, motherfucker. Like, I served too, fuck, you know, like you said, you had a struggle saying that you were a veteran, but you are a veteran. You put on the uniform, you signed the same fucking dotted line that has been signed for thousands of years, saying I will defend this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. You know, for hundreds of years, they signed that dotted line. And you guys signed it too. So there's no excuse for you guys not being able, because like I said, my generation and you generation, we're right there. We were in the same fucking desert. We were in the same fucking, you know, we were there. We endured the same nonsense. And then it's breaking that barrier, saying, oh, you motherfuckers didn't do anything. What, you know, everybody's going to say that shit. Like, you know, like, fuck you. Like me, where I work with a bunch of Air Force and Army guys. And I was like, you guys suck. All of you suck. And they're like, what? And I was like, I'm the fucking Marine and I got to fix everything around here. I said, why do I got to fix everything, man? Why does everybody call me to fix it when you guys mess it up? They're like, what? No, I was like, the boss just asked me to come in here and help you guys fix this stuff. I was like, golly, dude. I said, I don't want to have to show you how to do this stuff. You guys should already know how to do all this stuff. You know, it's like, this is ridiculous. But that's one of the things, is breaking that stigma between the generations, right? Like, it's super hard. Like you said, you were struggling. You're a veteran. You're like, I was fucking struggling too, and I'm a veteran, you know? And so that's one of the things that we have got to do, is just, you know, breaking all the barriers, taking away the barriers, and breaking the stigma on a lot of various different things that we suffer from, you know? And because we have veterans like Jenna, like she said, she got out of service and didn't even claim to be a veteran. You believe that shit? She took something from herself that she earned, and she had no right to. You earned it, right? You earned that title. You have your VA card. You're getting a disability check just like everybody else. Like, you know, it's just because you're young. That's why they look at it, because you're younger than everybody else. That's why they're just jealous. They're just jealous because you're younger than everybody else, you know. And so, and not only that, so you have the Facebook group, and you also said you do have a podcast that's out there, right?
Yeah. So, like I said, I was really inspired by all these people coming forward with these stories. So I was like, I want to share them. I don't have any podcast equipment. I don't even have a micro. I don't even have headphones. So I was like, let's just go on Instagram, go live. That's simple. You press a button, we can talk. People can join in, ask questions. And then I've been doing that for 2 years. So this year, someone was like, could you please put this on a podcast so I can listen to it while I'm walking my dog? And I was like, is that easy? How can I do it? And they're like, I'm going to hook you up with my assistant and she'll show you how to do it. And I was like, wow, it was literally just copying and pasting a link. So I started putting on a podcast. Again, since it's on IG Live, the quality is not the best.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a start, right? Like me, like I said, I didn't know shit about podcasting, right? My wife was actually the one. She's like, I think I'm gonna start a podcast, and she did it for like an episode or two. I said, I think I want to try this. I think I can do this, right? I think I can do this, right?
Just
you guys
steal her dream.
yeah. Right, and so you guys see my red, white, and blue microphone by Shure. It was like a one-time thing they do for veterans, and I got the red, white, and blue microphone from Shure, and you guys know it. I got my, you guys can see it when I actually in the studio, right? I'll have the green screen, I'll have my awards up, and my everything, right? I have my microphone, everything set up, and it's like it's a different journey when you start podcasting. Like there's so many different elements, so many different things, right? I'm not to the level of any of the other people that I started with, right? I'm not to that level yet, but I'm getting there, right? I'm almost at 10,000 downloads. Thank you guys for listening in. Almost got my 10,000 downloads. I'm super excited. That's going to be a big one for me. But I mean, you guys are listening in, and it's because of you guys. That's the only reason I can reach these goals is because the audience who is listening in, right? Because like I said, we feel lonely, we feel depressed, where anxiety goes to the roof. We got all kinds of different shit we suffer from. And then not only that, right? We talk about the trauma of serving while serving in the military, right? But nobody ever talks about the childhood trauma that 90% of us endured, right? That shit comes out and you're just like, fuck, dude, why is this coming out now? Like, I've gone my whole life without having to worry about it. And all of a sudden it's just like smacks you in the face and say, you're going to deal with it now. And you're just like, God, dude, like, I mean, I guarantee you 95% of, especially Marines, 95% of us dealt with childhood trauma, dude. Whether we got our asses beat, we were molested, whatever, right? And a lot of people don't think about that. Nobody talks about it, right? And it sucks, dude. It sucks because it's like, who am I supposed to talk to about this? Who do I bring this up to? Who do I, and that's why I tell you guys, you have to build your community, right? That's why Jenna started this, because she started building her community to be able to help support her when she's in need. Why do you think I started the Stone Vet? So I can reach out to my resources when I'm in need, right? That's why I have Brittany. I have Brittany in my back pocket. I have Trey in my other back pocket. Like I reach out to them, say, hey, dude, I need a meditation. I need a breath work, or I need something. They're like, all right, come over. Let's do it. Because it sucks, dude. Like I tell you guys don't understand. Like I was adamant. I was like, meditation works. Yeah, it works. Breath works. It works. Yeah, it works. I believe what I never tried it. I believe that it worked because it's a natural something. It's been around for thousands of years. People have been doing this. People have been doing meditations. People have been doing breath works for thousands of years, guys. And that's one thing that I tell you is that I was for it, but I never knew about it. Now that I'm doing it, I'm like, oh, this is what I've been missing for years. I've been needing this because it's so intense. Because you're breaking the barrier in your brain, right? Like I told you guys, in boot camp, they cut that emotional tie and they tell you no more. And now it's like you're actually being able to dive in and become emotionally working on your emotions and the emotional connections and all the nervous systems in your brain that you have neglected for over the years. And so that's one of the biggest things. I said, guys, if you're not in a good mental health space, man, reach out. Let us know why. Let us know how we can help you. There's plenty of resources out there. Like I said, there's over 55,000 veteran resources out there, nonprofits that are willing to help us get in that right mental headspace, man. Jenna, go ahead and tell the audience how they can reach you.
All right. So if you're open to it, we accept all generations at the Millennial Veterans. I mean, we got the Stoned Vet. We got Jesse. We got all generations there. Just bullshitting. A lot of veteran memes going on. A lot of just camaraderie. We also have a sobriety chat if you're trying to try something new or continuing being sober. But then you can find me at the Millennial Veteran on Instagram, and you can catch us every Sunday at 9 p.m. Me chatting with another vet. And we're live, so you can always drop in with a question.
That'd be awesome. That's awesome because she's building a community, guys. That's what I tell you guys on a weekly basis. Build your community. How are you building a community to benefit you and what you're dealing with, right? I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Go check out my sponsor, Rafa 180. That's Romeo Alpha Papa Hotel Alpha 180.com to get all your medicinal grade CBD needs. Go pick up some swag. Go pick up some Stone Vet swag. I got cups, shirts, hoodies, you name it. I got it out there. Go get some swag. Support me, man. Support me. Go over there, check that out. I'm gonna have all of Jenna's contact information down below in the notes, dude. That's why the notes are there, so you can reach out to her. She'll get in contact with you real quick, dude. She said it's a millennial thing. They contact you that day. Like, who does that, right?
We're always on our phones.
Always on their phones. Reach out to her. Ask her some questions. I'm sure you got a podcast. You want to bring her on? Bring her on, dude. Let her talk about what she's doing, why she's doing what she's doing, man. You see that little QR code right down there? Scan it, dude. Make a donation to Veteran X. Veteran X helping veterans meet all the requirements they need for getting out of active duty service to get them back on the right track, right? Nobody else is doing it. Veteran X is helping veterans get established in the civilian community to make a living, a normal living, man. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me, enjoying this time together, man. Remember, guys, you are loved. You're going to medicate responsibly. Medicate within your legal law limits of your state. If it's not legal in your state, be that person to say that people know, like, oh, they brought cannabis to my state. You know, let them see you, dude. Don't wait for somebody else to do it. You do it, man. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, enjoying this time together, man. You are loved. Need anything, reach out to me, dude. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I'm on every platform. You may not see me when I'm out there, man. If you want to look more stuff up, go to Google, type in hashtag the Stone Vet USMC, and you'll find all my content. You'll find everything about me like that, man. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, man. Remember, guys, here at the Stone Vet, we got you 6.
They got us marching and stepping by my platoon, you get trampled. If it ain't raining, we ain't training. Nothing changed by complaining. I adapt and overcome. I make the best out of situations. I stay alert for my enemies trying to do me some harm. I fight for your freedom of speech and your right to bear arms. When I say I got